Very special stream. It's something I've been meaning to do for a long time, and that is respond to your comments. And I used to do this all the time, and then I kind of stopped doing it a little bit, or at least not nearly as much as I would like, of responding to every single comment that's there, because some of them are great, very like interesting chess questions. Some of them are wild, some of them are really funny, and a lot of them are like really insightful stuff, really all over the place. And I'm really excited to get to it because it absolutely bears getting to it. And the reason I haven't had the time to do it is because like I've been very focused on making more content and figured, you know, that would be more desired than getting through the comment section. But why not do both? Why not do both? And I had this idea. I thought it would be really fun to just do it with you all. So welcome. Hello, Rich Pitch. And so here we have open I'm going to have a board open here, and I'll shrink myself as necessary when I want to show ideas on the board. Not all of them have to do with chess, but many of them do. And so let's get to the very first one. So this one, we're going to do them by video. So this is my most recent video on the Alapin Gambit. Rich Pitch, Tim Toro, welcome. What would I play against the Nimzovich? Great question. Not necessarily related to the Alapin Gambit, which was what the video was about, which is this move, bishop e3, takes an f3. What would I play against the Nimzovich, which, as I understand, is this move. You know what? I just said I would remember to move myself, and I didn't. Why don't I put myself right there? Okay. What would I play against the Nimzovich? So the Nimzovich opening is with this move, knight to c6. And after d4, mostly they play d5. If they play e5, I mean, d5 and takes I think are great options. But my top recommendation would be to transpose into a Scotch and then into a Goring. If they play something else like knight to f6, then I think here you can get at minimum just a simple Alapin transposition, and at maximum potentially once you defend this pawn with f4, then maybe d5 and to really run them all over. So I think really the only thing people play here is with this move d5. And I think something they want probably is for you to play e5, because then you're going to get a French structure. After e6, that would be a French structure. However, they are going to play bishop f5, and only then are they going to shut the door, right? e6 they didn't play on the first move of the game, as in a French. So now their bad French bishop is actually a great bishop. It's on the other side of this e6 pawn. And so that's what they're going for. And then maybe they can even arrange for like c5, attacking c2, all that. So we're not going to give them that. This is a very long-winded way of saying my recommendation is a gambit, and it is this move knight to c3, attacking d5 one more time. Black really has no choice but to take this pawn. If they now play e6, like in a French, then you play e5. Or nothing wrong with knight f3. Nothing wrong with knight f3. But yes, now you would play e5, and their knight is now very awkwardly located, blocking the main French idea of c5. So this is a bad French for black, I would call this. And you can play this with f4 and f3, great center. What black should probably do is take this pawn. It looks like white might be losing a pawn, which might be the sort of trend we're looking for, right? Because if you recapture here, they can take this. That would be a fun gambit. The best move here, I think, is with d5. And now if you're black, you're in a kind of a tough situation as to where this knight goes. Yeah, the top recommendation of the engine is actually just knight to b8 and allowing this knight takes e4, which, you know, you can tell probably is looking pretty good for white. Yeah, the most common move here, yeah, so knight b4, you can just chase that away with a3. No worries there. The knight needs to go back to a6. It has nothing doing here or here, and you wouldn't have any problems recollecting on e4. Most common is knight e5, and then I believe after queen d4, it's saying even better is this. So, again, you can get your pawn back, but you can also play this with bishop f4, knight here, bishop g3. This looks pretty fun. What's the point? Is it to attack? Tricky. So, okay, I can turn off the engine now and increase the zoom. So the idea, interesting. This pawn is actually very powerful. So we're playing your bishop f4, right? Knight g6, what else would you do? Bishop back. Hard to do anything else if you're black. If you play something like e6, then check can pin this bishop. And now after takes, you're going to have to go like f takes, which sucks. So if something like knight f6, though, now knight b5, and all of a sudden black is having huge problems defending c7. If they play the very obvious knight takes d5. What's up, Roland? Bunny Hop, welcome. If they play the very obvious knight takes d5, then we can actually, well, c4 it makes a lot of sense, but we have an even nicer move that you might be able to guess. Yeah, it's with queen takes d5, and then picking up a piece after this very nice fork. Very nice pattern that you should know there, of even sacrificing the queen to win her back, and white would be up a piece here. So, Great question. What would I play against the Nimzovich? Let's write that out. Hi. Great question. Let me put my arm here. I would recommend e4, knight c6, d4. Let's move that out as we do it so you guys can see what I'm talking about. e4, knight c6, d4, d5, knight c3. See if you can remember it. dx e4 and d5. At worst, white is getting their pawn back with no trouble. And you have the likely trap of knight e5, bishop f4. That would be this position. Attacking the knight, knight g6, bishop g3, with the threat of knight b5. Smiley face, and I'll even like their comment. Good stuff. What would I recommend here after e5 was kind of something I was thinking about that could potentially cut you off. If we just en passant, I think they would just recapture. I think the point might just be simple knight takes e4. Let me double check this. Okay. Oh, you can en passant this just to open this back up and hit him with knight b5. Your rook will recapture here really nicely. And this is like bordering on impossible to defend between the knight here and the bishop, and no long castle being legal thanks to the rook. So actually fun stuff there. Yeah, the c7 threat suddenly becomes very serious out of nowhere. Good pattern to keep in mind. All right. Next comment, and I told you guys that these would vary a lot. So get ready for some chess things like that. That's probably maybe on the longer end of what I would spend on a question. I like these AI answers here. Part of me wants to become a better chess player and learn the main lines, but part of me just wants to go full Gambit mode. Interesting. What would I say to that? Well, let's see what other people have said to that. That's FAT, Bunny Hop. You guys can give your thoughts on these comment sections as well. I'm going to like this comment because I think it prompts an interesting discussion. A better chess player learns both by Brosinger Gaming. I think that is a good point. Both main lines and Gambit modes. Okay. Play Gambits to increase your tactical skills. Play main lines to increase your positional skills. I love how people are offering their thoughts and their help. This looks like a well thought out response. The two aren't mutually exclusive. Learning to play with the initiative is a huge part of understanding chess. Give yourself 12 months, very specific here, 12 months to just play Gambits. Don't worry too much about results and see how you get on. Guarantee your opponents won't enjoy facing you and you'll be a better chess player in 12 months' time. I don't think you need 12 months. Go for it. You can get results much quicker than that, but I like it. I would also guarantee your opponents won't enjoy facing it. A better chess player learns all 20 options of Najdorf Sicilian. I think this might just be the best comment yet. Because it's so sarcastic such that it really drives the point home well, right? Okay, you want to learn the main lines. Sure, learn all 20 options. I don't even think 20 does it justice. 20 doesn't do it justice. But yeah, if you want to learn the main lines, like, sure, you're going to know it worse than your opponent probably, who plays the Najdorf and has studied all 20 options and 20 options within each of those 20 options, and et cetera. So I think that's fun. Look, main lines are main lines for a reason. This is probably objectively the best way to play, and it makes sense that people would play that way as a result. The whole point is we're trying to find things that people don't do. And I think there is a misconception that the lines that I'm advocating are like traps, right? And you won't actually be better at chess by doing them because you're just kind of pranking your opponents, right? Like as if I'm recommending like here and here. Right, like this line in the England Gambit, for example, with why am I not even remembering? How does the England Gambit go? Yes, sorry, knight c6, knight f3, queen e7, attacking the pawn, check, bishop back. How many millions of times have you seen this on the internet? Checkmate in 7 moves, and you'll win every time. So look, if you're just playing for one trap or things like that, and you're playing hope chess, and you're checkmating that quarter of the time, and then the other 75% of the time you're just suffering with a bad position and not learning any opening fundamentals, not learning how to actually attack or anything like that, then yeah, it's going to be really bad for your chess. But if you're sacrificing material, or even better, not sacrificing material, and learning how to attack, develop pieces quickly, castle your king, get to your opponent's king, use your initiative, use your active play, that's what you're looking for right there. That's great chess, even in the Najdorf. Even if it's coming out of the Najdorf, no matter what position you're in, you're always going to want to employ those same principles. So that's kind of what I'd be saying there, and I would draw a very firm line in the sand between quality gambits that I try to recommend and try to address all the possible top recommendations for the other side, and gimmicky openings, which I don't like. So, because I think gimmicky openings, while they could give you high win percentages in the short term, will be bad for your chess in the long term. Whereas with quality gambits, I don't think that's the case. So, better chess player. So, I thought that was a funny, sarcastic comment. There are potentially limits to this logic. I don't know if this person is further developing the irony of this comment, or misunderstood and took them seriously. But I think it's a funny situation. I get what you're saying, but there's also a reason why gambits like this are not played at the top level. They're good for thrilling blitz wins and are fun as hell, but practicing principles chess makes you better, is what they tell me. It's very interesting. And I'm not saying there's nothing to this argument. However, I would kind of disagree. The reason why gambits like this are not played at the top level is because the players at the top level are really, really, really good. And also, we're probably talking about classical games where they have 2 hours on their clock, they're the best chess players in the world, they've been trained in every opening imaginable, probably including these, honestly, and there's just no way you're going to get them with anything out of the opening. You've just got to play the absolute best stuff there. It is what it is. That's the reality of just being that good at chess. For the rest of us, we're in a very different situation. We're in a situation where we make mistakes, and our opponents make mistakes too. So, the idea, I'm a big baseball fan, right? You watch Ohtani swing, you watch Zach Wheeler pitch, and you're an aspiring baseball hitter or aspiring pitcher, you might want to replicate those mechanics and try to do what they're doing. In chess, it's a little bit different because you're playing against a human. I mean, in those cases, obviously, you're playing against a human, in which case you might be adjusting your mechanics. But playing against a human means trying to increase your win probability given the situation that you're dealing with, right? And playing practical chess. And there's no shame in doing that. There's no shame in trying to win the game in front of you. I don't think it necessarily compromises. Ultimately, that's what you're trying to do. Chess can be messy. It's about can you get the best results you can out of whatever position you're in, and other than gimmicky prepped checkmate openings, there's no shame in going for that, and then continuing to adjust as you get better, right? So I think attacking chess absolutely works. It works at any level, honestly. And I don't think it necessarily compromises principles because I think these are principles of chess. And also, I think if you play this stuff, very often, you're going to get gambit declines, and so you're going to be getting all sorts of positions as well. I would still study endgames. I don't think, you should just play gambits and not do tactics, not study endgames, not analyze classical games and all that. Though that stuff is extremely important, it's still going to happen in your games no matter what. So those are my general thoughts on the matter. I realize I did not shrink myself when showing that Queen C1 mate. Okay, how can I put this into words? I did say I would respond here, and I've spent a long time now on 2 comments. So, and also, aren't you playing to have fun? Playing quality gambits does make you better at chess. The principles of getting your king to safety, taking advantage of the initiative and peace activity, and attacking the enemy king are critical principles at any level and in any situation. This is what decides games more often than not, regardless of who is up or down or equal a pawn. It should not come at the exclusion of endgame study, doing tactics, or studying classical games, or reviewing your own games. However, these are excellent tools to have fun and continue climbing the chess ladder. I would draw a firm line in the sand between quality gambits that analyze all of your opponent's best moves However, I would draw a firm line in the sand between quality gambits that analyze all your opponent's best moves and gimmicky openings that just seek a quick checkmate and are simply very hopeful for your opponent falling into a trap. That stuff hurts your chess. Gambit on. Gambit on. I like that. I like that. What a fun phrase. Gambit on. Do you guys have any? If you have a better idea for a phrase that is similar to that, let me know. But I think that's fun. We got these little AI responses. Embrace the Gambit life. It's much more fun. Wow, what a smart AI. That's the spirit. Play what you enjoy and the results will follow. Oh, so I got a choice. Play what you enjoy and the results will follow, or embrace the Gambit life. That's much more fun. I think I definitely went closer to this one. But I like. Okay, it's a pretty smart AI. I see we've got some comments over here. What's up, AT Bunny Hop Newbie? Are there actually 20 Najdorf lines? Can we count them? Yeah, we can count the Najdorf lines in 1 second. Here, I'll bring up the Najdorf position. We'll count every Najdorf line together, just really quickly. As soon as I read these other comments. That was your comment. Would I recommend playing something like the Alapin Gambit over the board? Great question. That depends on the time control and the strength, in my opinion, right? The time control and the strength are on the same axis in terms of combining them for opponent move quality, right? If opponent move if that's going to be like really, really high, and you think your opponent is going to be able to like have a lot of time on the board, right? Be able to play like bishop f5 and all of that, get everything right, potentially castle, and you're gonna be down a pawn and have a pleasant position, but it's not gonna be enough compensation for the pawn, and they're gonna outplay you, which is totally plausible. If I did that at my level, at classical level, that would probably happen to me, right? My opponent, I would probably not be able to checkmate them in a classical game, and I'd probably just have not enough compensation for the pawn. If you think your opponents are that good, which they might be, then I probably wouldn't recommend it. But if you think they're not, and you would enjoy, I think enjoyment is also an underrated part. Enjoyment makes you better, even within a game. Liking your position, having fun, that's huge, rather than, okay, grinding down this and this and this. Like, you gotta... What made me better at chess every time I've seriously improved at chess is that I loved the game, and I was just, like, doing tactics, playing, making openings, whatever. I was doing that, like, instead of watching TV, right? And that's just because I loved it, and that's because I was immersing myself in the game more, which just makes it better, and it's hard to force... There's a huge difference between doing chess instead of watching TV, because, like that's what you want to do. And... okay, I've done my 30 minutes of chess for today. Finally, let me put on Netflix, right? So, anyway, I digress. There's several good things you can play against the French. It's up to you. I think there's a big advantage in surprising your opponent, but if you think they're very good, and you're just going to be down upon a classical game, then that's something for you to evaluate, and that's something based off of, I don't know, we're kind of breaking new ground here. I'm curious what other people in the community have if they've had success with this line and at what level and how, but it does definitely depend on that, because we are talking about lines that are objectively lower stockfish evaluations. They're hard to realize the lower stockfish evaluations by our opponent, but that still remains the case compared to, say, the main French lines of like 3 knight c3. Okay, I was gonna get to the Najdorf. I see more comments. I take a long time on each comment. Hello, Joey, Newbie, Bunny. Mr. Grave, would I consider the Vukovic Hope chess? My 1800 USCF teammate thought it was... Oh, would I consider the Vukovic Gambit Hope chess? I'm so bad with opening names. Vukovic Gambit. No, I like this. I know what this is. Yes. There have been a lot of videos on this. I would have made a video, but a million people have made a video. This line... Yeah, no, I think this is a good one. I think this is a very fun gambit, and it actually evaluates as equality. It's a counter gambit, which makes it even more fun. I'll duck here. It's a counter gambit, which makes it even more fun, and it actually evaluates as equality according to the engine to gambit back against the Ponziani. Yeah, go for it. Totally. I think maybe a lot of Ponziani players are prepped in it now, but still, it's fun. The best thing they can do is get equality. Come on. Playing over the board for 2 hours... This is just to get an advantage or imbalance. Time starts to work, mistakes made. Grafe is great. Wow, thanks so much. Can't disagree. Thanks, David. As you play these openings, this is a base and just as you grow. This is great. I've been more aware of the board. Great job. Thank you. Wear your Gambit glasses and play Gambits. Maybe next stream. Sorry, I'm not playing Gambits this stream. Much to your chagrin, Shivraj. It's 6:47 in the morning. Wow, you must be on a very different part of the world. It is 9:23 p.m. here in New York. What would I suggest for endgame study? Great question. That very much depends on your level. I think there's a number of good chessable courses out there and books on there, but that very much depends on your level. Like I was doing like Dvoretsky, but I mean Capablanca games and a number of like Taraj games, Nimzovich games. Those guys, that era, golden era for endgames, and just looking at their technique or just finding videos of their analysis of their technique is just it's been incredibly helpful for me. Hi, William. People have been wondering if you are still intending to publish videos for a complete repertoire against Sicilian. Yes. And if so, will they align with the lines featured in my study? Probably. I will get to that. This is I'm digressing a lot here. Would I ever review viewer PGNs? Probably, yeah, but I'll have to do a stream dedicated to that. Lately, I play less Gambits and usually... Okay. Cool. All right. Good stuff, guys. I do really appreciate all the comments, but there's these other comments that I do mean to get to. So I will definitely keep an eye on the chat, keep chatting with each other. If we wanted to count all the Najdorf lines really quickly, I'll move myself so we can do that. All right, what do we got here? We got wow, so many lines. Should I start? Well, I'll start with the bishop moves. I'll start with the bishop moves that I've seen. It's every bishop move other than bishop f4, which just drops a piece, right? So bishop g5 and bishop e3 are the most common lines, right? Intending to castle long and start some sort of attack this way, or bishop g5 attack this way. Okay, I'm not going to break it all down. Bishop e2 I've seen, bishop d3 I've seen, bishop c4 I've seen. I've seen these all in legitimate context. So we're at 1, 2. Have you seen bishop d2? I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've seen knight b3 very much. I've definitely seen knight b3 because it dodges like e5 prematurely. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, definitely. 9, definitely, to prepare g4. 10, definitely, to prepare bishop g2. 11, definitely, to prepare g4, but a different way. And I've even seen an a4 just to stop b5. So at least like 13, and each of them has like a number of branches, right? Like how many different moves does black have after, say, bishop e2? Like e5 they can play this with g6, they can play this like etc, etc, etc. Okay. Well, let's go back to our YouTube comments. William, since you're in NYC, come to Bushwick Chess sometime. We have a big blitz or rapid tournament every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Wow, maybe I will. Okay, maybe I will. Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Are you the organizer at Bushwick Chess? Alright. While we get back to that, we'll keep reading the comments. We're still on our first video. Do I prefer Von Poppel or Goring Gambit? Tough question. I gotta go... Which do I prefer? If I had to choose, I would choose Von Poppel, but I love them both. Okay. Just because of the frequency, you can just get it every time. Like, how about that? Great video as always. Thank you. Look how good these AI are. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Again, 2 good responses. Okay. What after queen e1, ng4, threatening white's bishop? What is this viewer talking about? Let's talk about that. Great question. See, we just got great stuff here. Just great stuff here. I'll go in the middle. All right. This video, we've been talking about a lot of different things already in a very short time. This video is about bishop e3 and the Alapin gambit in the French variation. So d takes e4. We are donning our gambit glasses after f3 takes, right? So the point is that now we have lost this f-pawn to open this diagonal. Their bishop is still jammed in per the French, and we're also going to use this file. So we're talking about maybe something like this, queen e1, and so here is the moment where black can play knight g4. And why would they play knight g4 instead of just la-di-da-di-da? The answer is because after queen to h4, we are freezing this knight in place due to the mate threat. h6 is not going to help. It will hurt. It will get them checkmated. With that knight frozen in place, we will attack it many a time, trying to play bishop takes f6 here to try and checkmate. Again, h6 is a no-no. They can try to replace the knight. We can play knight e5, try to get rid of the thing, stopping checkmate, and eventually force them to play g6, after which we'll attack. So, they don't want that. They try to play knight g4, covering the h4 square, right? Another great thing about not having this f-pawn is opening the rook there. And yes, it gives this queen 1, queen h4 idea, but not right now with the knight move. Covering the h4 square and maybe trying to take our bishop. What would we do here? Great question. Queen e4 would be a good resource, but and then maybe knight f6 and then queen h4, right? Queen e4 attacking here and here. Obviously, queen e4 is not legal in this position. My first instinct is to just slide out the way, with the knight still defending this pawn from the queen. Is to just, maybe even this way, to slide out the way. And potentially queen e4 next turn. Another thing that I don't even mind is like this situation. I don't even mind it. I think something we want to do anyway is knight e5. And then bring our pieces this way will still be super duper fun. I think both those are very logical. I can check with the engine. What do we got here? Engine's top move is bishop f4. Then knight c6, which I feel like is not... Knight a6 is actually the top option. Knight c6, attacking here, which seems logical to me. We can just drive this knight back home. driving the knight back home makes a lot of sense. Maybe knight g4 is a good option. And then, so like after something like c3, they do something. Now we can still get this rolling. Now we can still get this rolling again. So I think after knight g4, unless you wanted to allow this. Is this so bad? This is not so bad. This is very playable. But I think the best option might just be dodge. And then just play h3, drive him back, queen h4, keep it rolling. And I think that's simplest because I think it sticks with our ideas anyway. So that's, I think, going to be my top recommendation because there's really nothing black can do, again, to avoid that. And it doesn't require us learning a whole new idea there. So, great. Whoa. What just happened? You guys still there? What the hell? Okay, I think we're back. I think we are back. My apologies for that. Okay. Great question. I need to not hit these wires, I think is the point. I don't even know what happened there. Great question. My recommendation there would be to dodge this with bishop f4 and then simply to go h3 next turn, kicking the knight back to f6, and then to proceed with queen h4 and the main attack, etc. I do think this is a good idea, and by black that you mentioned, though, as it is a tad annoying for white. Good questions here. This ranges from very quality chess questions to really crazy stuff, as I have seen. So I'm kind of excited for both. Stream's back. I think chat here is a little delayed. I also am not sure if chat has been coming across my screen. Has it been coming across? YouTube Live, chat box. We'll see if chat starts getting displayed on my screen. Alright, so let's keep it going. Good stuff. This was a funny thread. I've actually seen this thread. Thank you, William. I became obsessed with your wild gambits, especially with white. My repertoire changed 360 degrees. But in black, I have no wild gambit against d4. Is there any gambit, especially against queen's gambit? The answer to your question, sir, or madam, is, I see Aaron or Jaeger. Big Titan fan over here. The answer to your question is yes. I have both the Budapest Gambit, the Budapest Grafe Gambit, as I would recommend here for black, and also the Grafe Benko Gambit, which is another very interesting one. I'll give a 60-second overview of each in a moment. And this person, I tried to scroll down over there. Grafe has a modified Budapest Gambit and Benko against d4. That is correct. I will also like this because I think that's nice. Oh, we'll talk about these AI answers. It's funny. I play as Budapest. Oh, that's interesting. So okay, let's talk about the Budapest because now we're talking about the Budapest. So, boom, boom, boom. Flip board. Move my head. Or, my head's out the way right now. So takes. This is the Budapest Gambit. We played e5. Makes c4 look a little silly. That is not next to his pawn anymore. That's the point. Now we attack. Knight f3, knight c6, bishop f4. Main stuff. The main stuff is with bishop c5 or bishop to b4 check, right? So you do one of these moves. They got to defend. And, oh, not there. They got to defend. And now after queen d7, not blocking in our bishop anymore, we're just going to get our pawn back and be like a tiny bit worse. You know, they have no issues castling. So the interesting Gambit idea that I got here is with this move f6. And the point after f6 is now we're attacking this one more time. They take, we go queen takes, fun stuff ahead. And there's some very fun lines with like bishop to b4 check, sacrificing another pawn, castles, get some really quick pressure all over like these dark squares all around the board, and they're a little far from castling. So fun stuff here. That's the basic idea in 60 seconds, which I doubt it was. I plays Budapest to some success. The main downside that I found to it is that white has a lot of options to just return the pawn and settle for rough equality, but I'm happy to take that with black, especially with the side benefit of them being off their usual opening. Yes, true. That is totally true and very fair analysis. If you're white here and just want to play like e3, not even take this and just like let me have this, I guess you can. I don't know why you would really do that. Like this is just equality and this is not. Honestly, maybe I'd even rather have black here. I kind of like what we got cooking maybe with this f-file and ideas of this. I like not having this f7 pawn here, kind of, you know, per other ideas. So yes, like any gambit, your opponent maybe can just decline it. Well, maybe not like every gambit, but your opponent can just decline it. But they're white, and they should be playing for something out of the opening. So, good point there. I'm happy to hear this person has had success with my opening. If you turn 3, this is the best comment. Excuse me, I had to seize for a moment. If you turn 3, so remember the original comment was, my repertoire changed 360 degrees. This is kind of brutal. If you turn 360 degrees, you end up facing exactly the same direction. That's funny. It's funny. So, that's what I was about to comment. Okay. Yes, funny stuff. What does all H's mean? I don't know. What does all H's mean? Does that mean, like, I'm upset? Or does that mean I am laughing? Chat, help me out here. What does H mean? A sigh. Laughter. Okay, good. That's the sentiment we were going for. Keeping things wholesome. Okay. Sorry, I'm just an old man out of touch. Out of touch with the slang that the hip youths and kiddos are employing these days. All right, let me check in here on YouTube chat. Not organizer but active member. Lobster Gambit. Do I like playing against Gambits yourselves? No, I like being the Gambiter. I don't like facing them. I don't like facing prep either. If you're an e4 player, then your favorite one is scoring. If you're d4, your favorite is Von Papil. So also look into the Milner Berry. Yep. These are all good points. Rip streams back. Hi Willem, I love your content, but just wish there was more of it. I've released many videos. I'll do my best. I'll do my best. Right now I'm responding to YouTube comments and I'm making that into content, so I'm doing my best. But as criticisms go, that's a really nice one. Are there any other channels/players you draw inspiration from for Gambits? Yes, definitely. Wow, great question, great comment all around. Who do I draw an inspiration from? The inspiration for my channel originally was Jonathan Schrantz and Eric Rosen. Primarily, I would say those two, because Schrantz, obviously, I was just a Schrantz fan, like all you guys, and you know, I hope he finds his passion for chess again, and I wish him all the best. But no, I mean, he certainly inspired me, as I'm sure he inspired many of you in his fun romantic style and just seeking to innovate, and that he, you know, actually changed the fundamental understanding of what the stockfish evaluation was, of what the true evaluation was in the Nackmanson lines of the supposed Stockfish reputation of like king takes f7 and then like bringing the king out, right? So, you know, he actually beat Stockfish and won in so many lines. He has so many great ideas, and, you know, I'm just trying to keep that stuff going, that sort of, I'm just trying to kind of take the torch there, so to speak, continuing to come up with really fun lines and breaking new ground as he did. And, you know, played against Stockfish and all that in so much stuff. You know, I was a huge fan of that. Eric certainly too. Eric, between the Stafford, between the what was that one with B5 called? The O'Nally Gambit. In the Alapin, that was another one of his videos I liked. He also had a lot of great ideas, and, you know, obviously the Stafford is the most famous of them, but and also just an all around great guy and fun YouTuber. My number one YouTube recommendation for just straight up educational content is without doubt Mr. Daniel Naroditsky, who is just a phenomenal explainer of ideas that's very helpful at all levels. A phenomenal person, phenomenal chess player. What is happening right now to his name is an absolute travesty. But yeah, could not say enough good things about that man. So let's continue with the comment section here. Gambit glasses on. Brilliant. Big hello from Edmonton. Love the use of emojis. Love Edmonton. I am Canadian myself. I was born and raised in New York, but my parents are each from Canada, and I'm a Canadian citizen, and I've always represented Team Canada on the international stage. So love that. Sorry your Oilers lost in Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Finals. That was tough. I was in a Canadian bar in Canada when that happened, but love that. Thank you, and oh, Canada. What happened here? Oh, reply. Okay. Good stuff. We've made it through one video. It only took us 42 minutes, but we've made it through one video. Oh, I've liked a bunch of comments, but I haven't even responded here. Alright. I became obsessed with your wild gambits with white. My repertoire changed 360 degrees. So let me at least provide this man with the links. By the way, guys, if you want more of my content, this is the place to go. Link tr.ee. I can't even get that in the Zoom. It's this. Let me just put that right there. Right there. Link tr.ee/wgrafe. That's this. And these are the playlists, the first video of which is just the full repertoire. But click on any of these playlists and you'll find the whole Gambit and what to do. And every video that I've made in each Gambit, like all the games that I've played, etc., more ideas. So this is the place to go. I go here all the time because they're like, what do I do against d4? Well, the answer will be here somewhere because you just need to find which one's with d4. But the answer that I know off the top of my head, because I know my stuff, it's my own stuff, it is... is the Budapest Grafe Gambit. And here is the Grafe Benko Gambit. Grafe Benko Gambit. I wrote, yes, love it, haha. As others have mentioned, here's the Budapest Grafe Gambit, here's the Grafe Benko Gambit, and here's where to check out all the lines. Great stuff. This is posted. You guys can check me. You guys can check the YouTube comment section and check my comments there. This is for realsies. I like that YouTube Studio allows me to actually have a quick way of going through them all. All right. Whew. This is fun. Do you guys like this content? I'm having a great time. I think this is really fun, and it certainly beats me just going through them all myself, because I think the process is really interesting. I think the community here of, I've mentioned this, that we're breaking new ground and stuff, and we're all talking about our own ideas and everything. Like, I'm just a guy. I'm just a guy with ideas and opinions and recommendations. I play games with these openings. Sometimes I win, sometimes I don't. You're also just a person with your own ideas and opinions. And you should share them too. And we should all do that. Fun stuff. Okay. Next video, or well, first we have a video. We have a break here between videos. I'll check out some YouTube live comments. Would I ever play the Von Popule Gambit in one of my classical games? I've mentioned this before. Classical is just tough with... The thing is, when I play classical, I'm playing people at my level, right? So, typically, it's like, they're very good, and they've got 2 hours on their clock. It becomes very, very difficult to induce mistakes in that way. But I do actually touch on this more... I'm saying I've spoken about it more. That's because I've been pre-recording New York State Chess Championship breakdown videos, and about how I use the Gambit Chad philosophy in my games and in my opening preparations there in a little bit more detail. So I think that's covered there. When will you become old? Will I be like Ben Feingold? No, I will not. Quote me on that now. We'll play that back to me in 40 years. Hey, my PC crashed. I'm back now. Reviewing PGNs. Nice. Share your game in the Share Games channel on Discord. You guys can check out in the link tree, which if you're on YouTube right now, you can click on my channel. You can go to the link tree, go to Discord there, join this awesome community that I just spoke about, and share your games in the Share Games channel, and we all talk about them. What do I think in the Birds Gambit? E4, E5, Knight 3, D6, D4, takes C3. I think that's good. I think that's fun. I think that can be modified. Yeah, I mean, I think there's a lot of fun ways to maybe take advantage of the Philidor. I don't really have a high opinion of it in general. But I think that can be just like a better version of the Danish/Goring. Yeah, objectively, Bishop F4 would be the best way to play against the Philidor. I think that's Talkfish's top recommendation. I'm half the man Ben is. Damn. That is a funny comment. Your whole repertoire I've played with great success, OTB. I beat a 1800 USCF with the Budapest Grape. Awesome. And a 1700 with the Von Hennig. Anytime I have the opportunity to play them, I have lots of fun. That's awesome. That's great. That's what we're looking for right there. And that's why we do what we do. Yeah. So, I think that answers your question to whoever asked that prior about playing these over the board. Mr. Gambit Cow has had a lot of success. Yeah, Bunny, hop into that Discord server. I'm so clever. Okay. Next video. This video was on... Okay. So, this video here was on my game against a viewer, Mr. Slugworthy, so I faced Bishop C4, I play your Bishop C5, right, so it's still, okay, maybe like Bushgas-esque a little bit, right, we have our Bushgas Bishop, but he hit me with this move D4, the Lewis Gambit, and, I'm not going to spoil the video, but I ended up with high praise for the Lewis Gambit, about that, so, yeah. That's basically the premise of the video, and so the Lewis Gambit, an interesting one. Let's see what people had to say about me versus the viewer facing a Gambit. It's tough to face a Gambit. I like to be the one playing the Gambit, man. Okay. Hi, William. There's an interesting counter shot that black can play after 6 Bishop E3. 6 B5 with equality according to stock. Interesting. This is why we check YouTube comments for interesting stuff. So D4, in the game I played takes. It was knight to F3, I played knight to c6. What move number are we at? Because we need to get... We wanted to diverge from the game on move 6. This is move 4. It continued with takes, knight takes, bishop e3. That was the 6th move of the game. Okay, so those are going to be spoilers. He is recommending b5. Fun move that cannot be a common move. I see it at 0%. 89 out of 27,432 games. So it is all the way down here on the list of most common moves. b5. Fun. Is that the top recommendation of Stockfish? It is not, at least on this Stockfish, but not a bad option. Equality according to Stockfish, although the position is both tactically and strategically complex. That is a fun option, and maybe I'll use this next time. So let me move my head again. So with this move b5, we're counterattacking this bishop. And the point is that the bishop maybe has a tough time staying on this powerful diagonal, causing problems on f7, right? Where they maybe can play something like queen h5, attacking e5, attacking f7. So the bishop maybe has a tough time staying on that powerful diagonal. Because of bishop b3, right, we can take it, and that's got to be success. And also b5, it might look like a ridiculous move. It's not. We can follow that up with bishop b7, which comes into the game attacking e4. Let's attack e4 again. And, you know, we're up a pawn, by the way. Our opponent was the one who gambited. So b5 with the knight's defense. Bishop d5, c6. I don't know if that changes much. I don't know if that changes. I mean, this is certainly a better version than what we just looked at. Bishop d5 was attacking the rook, by the way. That's why I said c6. This is certainly a big difference. c6 is not a good move, because we've blocked this bishop, and also that looks like a big gaping hole in the middle of our position. Also, do we have to defend a7? Maybe. So I don't know. And then there's also the big question of bishop takes d4, right? And now which bishop are we taking and why? Now if we take this one to here, this feels maybe like not great with that in our face. So what we'd probably want to do is like here, and then come back. And interesting stuff. Maybe, can we get our pieces out? So I think there's a lot to analyze here in a full Lewis Gambit breakdown. But I like this b5. So if like takes, I imagine we don't want to just lose this pawn. So I imagine takes, and then probably bishop d5. I think is a good move. Provoke c6, and then maybe come back. So, and then, yeah, not obvious how to defend this. c5, you can try to trap it, right? But then there's bishop d. That bishop will come there again. It keeps dancing around our pawns. Okay, so b5 is a very interesting thing. And I will have to make a full breakdown of the Lewis Gambit. I've got a lot of things in the tank. Oh, I keep thinking I can click over there. I can't. I got to click over here. Thanks so much for pointing this out to me. This will have to go in the full Lewis Gambit repertoire breakdown when I make it. Nice, nice. That was a fun game. Love comments like that. Much appreciated. I'll respond to every comment. Why don't we just respond to every comment? Thanks. Maybe my second move was bad. My second move was bishop c5. So, yeah, I mean, look, well, it's interesting, right? Between bishop c5 and ac6, the reason why I play bishop c5, I'll tell you, is because if white plays f4, I want the stupid simple solution of just playing d6 every time, just defending this pawn, and then knight c6, and maybe knight e7 if necessary, and bishop g4, and maybe knight d4, maybe a queen can come out to h4 later once I'm ready, but just holding this, right? Never taking this and giving like the Vienna King's Gambit players what they're looking for, and like the whole center. Never doing that, but always just holding the center. And when I play d6, I want my bishop to be on c5. So my concern is if I play knight c6, if they play like a Vienna and stuff, I'm very happy. Well, actually, no, there's this line like with queen g4, right? So yeah, that's why I do it. That's actually why I do it. Bishop c5, knight c3 here, I play d6 right away. I just play bishop c5 and d6 right away. I just get my bishop on the other side of the door, then I play d6. That's what I'm looking to do. That's what I'm looking to do, and it's perfect against f4. It's a perfect setup against all f4s because I'm just holding this. I'm holding it, holding it, holding it. I'm not taking. I'm holding that and keeping the bishop along this diagonal to prevent castling. And then hopefully at some moment take advantage of that. Bishop g4, I intend to maybe trade there and bring my knight into d4 as well, knight to e7 if this knight gets pinned. I think I have a video that actually, a nice win using all these ideas and putting that all together. So that's why I do it. That's why I play bishop c5. Because, yeah, knight c6, knight c3, bishop c5. I know there's this nasty line with queen g4 that can actually get pretty crazy pretty quickly. Queen f6 to defend, knight d5, take, king d1. This can actually be really dangerous for black. You're almost checkmating, but you're not, and you're also dealing with all these nasty threats. So, and then coming there. So, yeah, that's why I like bishop c5 and just kind of going d6 real quick and covering that, not having to deal with any shenanigans. I guess there is one shenanigan you'll have to deal with. It will be the Lewis Gambit, but now I have my new tool to fight back against it, and my new tool will be b5. I think that's what I'll be sticking with. So that's a long-winded answer, but let me break that down into a comment. Maybe your second move was bad. I will say, haha, perhaps the reason why I like going bc5 against nc3, bishop c4 on the second move is because I want to follow that up with d6 right away so as to hold my e5 pawn against f4 advances and take advantage of the beautiful open dark squared diagonal. I also want to dodge lines such as e4, e5, knight c3, and c6, bc4, bc5, qg4. Would recommend this against all Viennas, etc., to be honest. Cool, cool, cool. Hello from Brooklyn. I live in Brooklyn. Thank you for joining. Thank you for being such a fun streamer. Of course, thank you for being such a fun listener and living in such a fun borough. Like this format. I'm glad you like this format. I like this format too. I feel like I should make more content like this. I have no shortage of content like this because I have no shortage of comments from you guys. I have no like you guys are the content makers. If you guys thought I was getting to every YouTube comment on the stream, I did think I would be getting to more comments per unit of time than I am. I'm spending a lot of time on each comment, and I'm tiring myself out. At least sometimes when I play chess, it's not my turn, and so like I can take like a little bit of like a break, especially from like when I stream chess. But here, you guys are waiting on nothing other than me, so it's like I gotta keep it moving. But I think this is a very fun format. Okay, let me get to some more stuff. As I eat my protein bar. Okay. Hey Gambit man, what do I think of the very dubious Duros Gambit? Thank you for putting the moves there because I don't know lines by name very well. E4, F5, EX F5, King F7. Okay. I don't know what you want me to say. Lots of fun in Bullet, and has a 50-50 win ratio, even though Stockfish says +3. If that's true, I might have to quit chess. Is that actually true? King F7. King F7. Okay, it's not a 50-50, so I'll still be playing chess. But that is a very reasonable win ratio. That is like a standard. That is like a standard difference of white to black. Hang on a second. E4 and on the first move only has a win difference of 3%. So you're telling me this is only a few percentage points lower than that? It's actually pretty funny. That actually is pretty funny. And in fact, so the moves that are scoring well are just very normal, just like ignoring the nonsense on the king with like not indulging with queen h5 or bishop c4, right? The moves that are killing them is when white just goes knight f3 or knight c3 or d4. I'm seeing these moves scoring like in the 60s of just doing this. And then it's like, okay, you're down a pawn and your king's on f7. What are you going to do about it? I guess the fun here would be if they go check. We go g6. What's the point? Takes. Okay, we're not just going to give our rook. We're going to go king g7. And then they're taking, which maybe they don't have to do. Rook takes h7. So they take. So we're down 3 pawns, right? They've taken... No, we're down 2 pawns. So then they go check most commonly. Our king has now hid here. Our king is now reasonably safe. They go b3 most commonly, which actually just invites this. We're taking that diagonal first. Okay, I mean, look, I understand how this could be fun in Bullet. But absolutely not in anything else. Sorry. I am the Gambit man. I love Gambits, but I hate this, if you are asking me my honest opinion. So, check d5. I understand why check would be a bad move. d5 and white's advantage has shrunk a lot because maybe we are even picking up this pawn. But yes, lots of fun in Bullet. He is not claiming that it is anything more than that. This did make me laugh and was amusing to check out the stats. That is lots of fun in Bullet. Keep it going. But please do not play it in anything, in any other... I wrote, ha ha ha, this did make me laugh and was amusing to check out the stats. Thanks for sharing. I don't doubt that it is lots of fun in Bullet. Keep it going, but please do not play it in any other time control. Those are my thoughts. Let me get to some other YouTube live comments here. Would I ever pull out the King's Gambit in an over-the-board game? It is playable in an over-the-board game. Nepo has played it in over-the-board games. If someone was talking about top-level chess before, and released a whole chessable course about it. But that, I feel like in those lines, white rarely gets an advantage. I feel like the whole fun of the King's Gambit is maybe, like, the crazy lines, like the Muzio Gambit, right, where you're sacrificing the piece, or the piece this way. Honestly, if you want to play the King's Gambit in Blitz, my top recommendation to you, especially against the King's Gambit accepted anyway, especially because almost everyone's going to be prepared against knight f3. They're going to maybe know the d6 or the g5 or whatever, or like good ways to play. Hit him with the bishop c4. Queen h4, check, king f1. This is fun stuff. And you play knight f3, like isn't this the vibe you were looking for? You're following that up with knight f3 very quickly. Almost everyone is going here. It's very appealing. And I see the most common move is just bishop c5. How could you not? It's so tempting, right? Your opponent might blunder checkmate. But then after d4, of course, this is really, really nice for white. You're driving everything back, taking the whole center and more. So, Yeah, hit him with the bishop c4. Fun line. Instead of knight f3. Do something different. Do something a little bit different. But of course, your opponent doesn't have to accept the king's gambit like I do. I play d5 and I look at me. Look at me. I am the gambiter now. So, fun stuff. Queen g4 there. This move. You play queen g4 here. That I did not see coming. What if I play queen f6? There's no knight d5, right? You go here to not lose this. Maybe I drive you away. I would move this, but I have nobody defending. No queen there or anything. So, okay, interesting. You hit him with queen g4. Yeah, okay. Look, I mean, you can't dodge everything. You can't dodge everything. You hit him with queen g4 before I even got a chance to cover that square. That is interesting. That is interesting. Where Brooklyn at? It is east of Manhattan. It is closer to Europe. Disrespect just goes a little far. Elephant Gambit. Love your channel. Thank you so much. Haxo Gambit. Fun one too. Elephant Gambit. Yeah, it is fun. It is fun. And I've, in fact, I've explored it many times. And strongly considered making a video on it. Even way after I've made several Bushcast videos. The issue I had was I thought there were some just very natural moves that white could play that kind of got them out of it. But which is a huge test of mine, which is kind of like one of the main tests of mine in releasing stuff. I only release stuff if I think it's like super duper good. And it just didn't quite meet that threshold. I thought white with the most natural and the most common moves would be able to get kind of to safety. So, not that there's still not a lot of pitfalls and fun to be had in that line. I assume we're talking about like the bishop b4 check and castle stuff, right? But yeah. So, cool. The PGN reviewing would have to be. It would also no. That would be It would be Gambit Genius. Submit your games on Gambit Genius. I'll do another Gambit Genius. Submit on my Google form. It's been way too long. Go to my link tree and find Gambit Genius, or just search William Grafe Gambit Genius. And you'll find the playlist of that too, where I have reviewed your guys' best games. Okay. Thank you, Slugworthy. Yes, so we're still going through YouTube comments, and we're still on Slugworthy's Lewis Gambit against me, where my viewer surprised me with this line in that video. Always hated facing 2 bishops e5, but now I have a remedy for it. Wow. Love that. Love that. I love that you guys are giving each other ideas. I am not the only source of information. I am not a god by any means. Like I said, I'm just a guy with ideas. You guys have ideas too. But what we have done is brought a lot of people together that can all share their ideas. And sometimes people like each other's ideas. And that's just great stuff. So, maybe I'll express that sentiment here in the comment section. You can play 3 Queen G4 also. Yes, that was actually just touched on. Queen G4 here. Queen G4 right here, right away. And this person's a little bit confused because that wasn't specified. But Queen G4 here is what I understand is being discussed. And we have to play Queen F6 because we can't hit him with this, which would be a nice way to get back, but they can just checkmate us owing to that bishop. But ordinarily, that is a nice way to kind of deal with this, right? Maybe take G2 or here, or in G4, hit him there. But yes, don't get checkmated. Queen F6, I think you're okay. It's much better than if these moves were included, right? If our opponent tried to transpose to 2 knight C6 here, we would just play 2 D6 and say no thank you. And another good thing to know about this, if you play to d6, is to play a6, because this bishop becomes very valuable. Play a6, so that knight a4 you can meet with this. But yeah, play a6, play here even. Play bishop g4 to pin that knight. And look at knight d4 ideas as well. Keep that bishop. Good bishop. That's our bush gas bishop, baby. So, queen g4, queen f6, threatening here. Top move, knight f3. Top move of the engine is knight e7. So I guess it's a game. It's a game. We're playing knight e7, so we're covering against any knight d5s in the future. And then we'll... Oh, also, ooh, sneaky. Sneaky. You know what knight e7 does? You know what knight e7 does? It protects this bishop. So if you just castle, blissfully unaware, then d5 attacks your queen with our bishop now protected. And I'm going to win your bishop. Check here. So... fun stuff. Fun stuff. Your queen g4 players better watch out for that. All right, but interesting lines. Interesting lines. I totally respect the queen g4 hustle. In fact, this has got to be one of the better gambits that I know of. Just objectively, like this line with queen g4 here, attacking this. Like this is almost like force knight d5 takes king d1. I mean, what a fun gambit this is for white. And boom, and boom, and boom, and boom. Like, oh my goodness, this is an absolute minefield for black here. Not a fun one. So, yeah. Play bishop c5 first and play d6. All right. Let's respond here. So glad that this excellent community is giving each other ideas. So glad that this excellent community is giving each other ideas. Full repertoire video on the Lewis Gambit coming soon from me. This will also touch on ideas such as e4, e5, bishop c4, bishop c5, queen g4. Having this position with nc3 and nc6 included. Else face the nasty nd5. I'll hit him with a smiley face somewhere in there. Smiley faces are kind of my thing. I was like are those, yeah, the AI replies? So this is a new feature YouTube Studio just gave me. Okay, you guys are getting a behind the scenes look. Where were the AI oh no, I already replied, right? So that's why there's no more AI replies. So oh, this one doesn't have an AI response. None of them do. Yeah, but it was giving me some fun options and even on topic options that it seemed to like understand what my video was about, actually, and even like, yeah, like, thanks, glad you enjoyed this gambit. It's very fun play style. Like even like sort of expressed a sort of understanding of what was there. None of them were too chess specific, but I like them, and it gave me options about what sort of sentiments to express. So yeah. Keep an eye out for those as we go forward about the AI response. 248, white could play bishop g5, trapping the queen. Is that true? Let's check that out. This position, white playing bishop to g5, I would slide my queen over there. So I think we're all good. I'd slide my queen over there, and I'd be happy to have a queen trade. So, yes, this person is correct. Not trapped. And this person, nice. Thank you guys for helping each other out. That's so sweet. This person's like, ah, you're right. Trading queens would not be that bad. Nice, nice stuff. Why are my videos such low quality now? These are the comments I live for. And 7 likes flaming me as well. Why are your videos such low quality now? 360 pixels, a tad distracting. Totally fair. We're good now. We got a new webcam here. And this is actually brand new news. You guys ready for this? You guys ready for this? Your boy right now is streaming on his laptop. It's the only like hardware I own. It's a Dell XPS 17. It's a very nice computer, but it's also, well, it's a couple of years old now. Your boy is getting a desktop. Brand new. It is arriving tomorrow. I could not be more excited. I'm getting a desktop, and I'm actually getting a new microphone, in case you didn't like the sound quality either. This webcam in front of you now is new. This green screen here is clearly doing its job, as you guys cannot see my messy bedroom behind me. And we're getting a new microphone, one of those with the arms. We are going full pro streamer mode. And so with that desktop, we'll be able to not have any more hardware or technical issues. We'll be able to stream at maximum resolution, all that great stuff. Get excited, guys. You might not even like notice anything different, but it'll be much easier on my end. So got all new stuff now. New webcam, new microphone, and even a brand new monitor. I had forgotten to even mention that. And new mouse, new monitor, and even a brand new desktop. I'm really excited about it and hope you enjoy the production. Yeah, I think what was having to happen before is I was having to stream at lower resolutions because it wasn't handling it properly. Or maybe I just didn't have my webcam. Maybe I was just like away and didn't have my webcam, and I was just on this potato camera that is built into this laptop. But anyway, this one's nice here, the one I'm looking at right now. Hello. Okay. We got... Next, I play this line. White's not supposed to take the bishop right away, as happened here. The comment being touched on here is e4, e5, bishop c4, bishop c5, d4, takes knight f3, knight c6, not supposed to take it right away, is what this person is saying. Supposed to castle. Ooh, you know what a fun line I know is here with castles. So this is a transposition to maybe something more common that you might see even after just like 2 knight f3, where like this is a joke of piano, as was being touched on there. Castles here, so this is now transposed to that, right? Really, really fun line here with takes, or this position somehow, right? You got this pin, and now it looks like here White's big scary idea. You know what? While I'm using the board, let's make a big board, yeah. White's big scary idea here is that they might play. Isn't that so much better? That they might play f4. Right, they might play f4, and then once this pawn is traded, they might get a pawn to e5, nasty pin, open the rook onto this knight, and on this pawn, right, so they might force pawn takes f6, you know, and more, and f4 also, this needs to be defended. So f4 looks very, very scary if you're black here, and so what you might do is you might play g5, because you might be like, oh, bishop g3, then I'll just play d6, and then I'll have everything so solid, and there will be no more f4. Right? 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 This is a really, 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 really fun move. It's a really fun move. All the captures here are actually bad for black. What's the common denominator is that, uh-oh. So, yeah, f4, really nice move. If you take here, then you take here, and then this is hanging, this is hanging, this is hanging, f7's hanging, crazy stuff here. So this is very bad for black because at least they're losing the piece back and more. So don't want to do that. G takes f4 looks like it should be solid. Everything's defended. Of course, it begs the sacrifice of rook takes f4. Boom, boom. Takes queen takes d4, and oh my goodness, you're losing more. Yeah, you have nothing developed. Like nothing's gonna go black's way here. E takes f4. I mean, you can imagine why this might not look great. Again, the knight's hanging, and if it moves, that's hanging, or that's hanging. So, yeah, not really sure what you would do about that. Doesn't look fun. Don't want to take this either, because again, you take this, and then this knight's hanging, and this is hanging, and this is hanging. So, not fun there. Maybe d6 might be your best bet to try to keep everything, but then takes, and then this knight's going to have to move for one reason or another, and you'll lose that. So, yeah, everything sucks. Everything sucks here. So, anyway, I've seen that gambit. I've seen that idea before. So, what this guy was touching on here. Stuff I'm writing here. Let me move my head. Yes, very interesting stuff that I am excited to get to in my Lewis Gambit full repertoire video. In particular, I love the line of e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop c4, bishop c5, castles, knight f6, d4, bx d4, nx d4, nx d4, bg5, h6, bh4, g5, f4. That you guys were almost alluding to. How many L's in alluding? Alluding or alluding? Would you allude? I feel like alluding, it's just one looting. Just one looting, right? Alluding. No, all looting. Not some loot. All of it. Okay, hindsight's 20/20, but well, okay. Alluding. Wouldn't we pronounce it alluding? English is crazy, man. Alright. Yo, Mr. Gambit Chad, when are you releasing the video you promised us? Oh, guys, I'm trying. When are you releasing the video you promised us on the 2 knight f6 Alapin Sicilian? Okay, here's the deal. I've gotten a lot of questions on this, and it's totally fair. It's totally my fault. What's going on is that I'm First of all, it's just was a busy time for me in life and other content that I wanted to make as well. But as it comes to the 2 knight f6 Alapin, there were a lot of things that I was trying to make work, in addition to the abstinence as well. There's a lot of things I've been exploring. You know, when I put out a recommendation, when I put videos out, I take that really seriously because a lot of people actually listen to me now. So I gotta make sure, as I always have, that everything I put out is the absolute best. And so it takes time. So I'm still looking through stuff. But for now, if you're a big fan of the abstinence, more power to you. And Highly Cruciferous Study is there in the study links on the Discord. And I might well end up choosing that. But it will not be without exhausting all the research. I truly do show you guys, I've said this before, 1/10,000th, if that, of the things that I explore. So I'm working on it. Hang tight. My apologies for the delay. Truly. So other people have made videos. This guy called Lethan Lawn. E5, ND5, F4. Good question. And full video and full repertoire versus 2 NF6 in the Alapin Sicilian is forthcoming. But yes, I have made a full video for those unclear what we're talking about. I have made a full video on the Yang Yang Gambit, so that's here with this move C3, the Alapin Sicilian, and the Yang Yang Gambit as made by another excellent member of our community and our Discord server, Yang Yang, whereas the absence by Highly Cruciferous. D5 here, you play this move knight to A3. Takes D3. This is actually like a really fun one against D5, and there's lots of tricks here for white to play. The abstinence gambit is this move F4, which is a fun one, offering the pawn after knight takes F4, D4 attacks the knight and gives white a big center, and there's lots of stuff here as well. So, and that's what we've been discussing. We're going to move on to the third video. I think that I responded to everything. I'm excited to see the AI responses and some other crazy comments and some other very insightful comments. I'll scroll up here in the YouTube live chat. What have I missed? Haxo, Scandi, Gambit Chads, Elephant, Thursday Night Football. Don't want to miss that. How good are the Vikings looking this year, man? I don't know how well they're doing tonight, but how about Mr. Sam Darnold? Does FM stand for frickin' monster for how you play chess? Aw. Lane Hart. Feeding Master, yes. On the topic of Queen G4, Queen F6, Knight C3, C6. Well, I think E4, E5, Bishop C4, Bishop C5, Queen G4, Queen F6, Knight C3. I think the best move there might be Knight E7, even better than C6, because Knight E7 threatens to move the D pawn and covers the D5 square, right? But I see here C6, Knight F3, Knight E7, Queen G3. C6. Oh, that is fun. That is actually a very fun queen trap. Thank you for renewing your faith in the Alapin Gambit. No problem. D4 is, of course, the main line. This is, of course, the main line. We're just talking about offbeat gambits here to answer some of the questions. Alright, I think we're about ready to move on to our third video. We're an hour and a half into the stream, and I've gone through the comments on exactly 2 videos. And I've released hundreds of videos. So, this might be a massive series of responding to YouTube comments. I think part of the issue is I keep getting distracted. You guys keep distracting me. Okay. Alright, next one. I'll put myself back there. I'll make myself really big. Whoa. Hi. Oh, look at these AI responses. Oh. 40, you were just here. You just left to go watch Thursday Night Football. Sorry, I didn't get to that. Hope either the Vikings or the Rams, whoever you want, is winning. Love the Gambits. Effing magic, FM William Grafe strikes again. My favorite style of chess. Plus, I appreciate your humility while playing. Do I have humility while playing? That's news to me. Plus, as was already mentioned, listening to your thought process is very instructive. Stop it. I am blushing. That's so sweet. That's so nice. That's just, what kind words? Oh my goodness. These AI responses. Thanks, I love attacking chess too. It's very fun. If I click this, will it actually reply it? I just kind of want to see. Oh, it's very fun and instructive. What if I click this? What if I just clicked everywhere, and I just gave a bunch of AI responses, and you guys didn't even know? You guys would find out very quickly. I would never do this. I would never actually use one of these. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Keep practicing and crushing those castling players. That's interesting that it would say that. So, crushing those castling players. So what this video is, I haven't even mentioned. This video is about not allowing castling. It's called, in fact... Oh. You see, I have to watch ads on my own videos. What? Okay. Anyway, it's called Never Allow Castling. Oh. My head's really big. It's called Never Allow Castling, right? So it's about that, and it's about, you know, trying to keep your opponent's king in the center and all that, right? Which was what that game had there. So it's saying crush those castling players, so it's pretty funny. I mean, obviously castling's a good thing and you want to stop it. I think maybe the AI misunderstood a little bit, but it was kind of pretty funny, and I like what it's trying to do there. Anyway, this was a heartfelt comment. It's going to get a heartfelt answer from a entity that has a heart. So... so much comments like yours is what keeps me so motivated. Comments like yours are... I already messed up alluding. What keeps me... My mother would be upset. Or what keeps me so motivated and passionate. The comments keep... Or the comments keeps. Comments like yours are what keep me so motivated and passionate to continue making content like this. The humility while playing part was certainly news to me. Haha, I'm so funny. It's crazy how funny I am. Alright. It's totally fair that you guys are excited. It is totally my responsibility. It's totally on me. It's totally on me. You guys, like if I were a viewer of me, I would also be upset. And I appreciate that you guys are upset because it means that you guys are involved and you guys are passionate, and I'm not going to let you down. I'm not going to let you down. Regarding Knight of 6 Alapin Sicilian, but also like in general. But yeah. William, your last 3 videos or so have been at very low resolution. I was aware. This is not the only person upset about this. This was maybe one of the 7 likers of the other comment. Another very fair criticism of me. I have now got all new microphone, webcam, and even desktop. Will be nothing but high production quality from here on. Hope you enjoy. I like that this person addressed me with William. Maybe I should address them with, like, Perito. Feels weird. I don't even know if that's their name. Is that a Perito hiker with that profile picture? What do we got there? It's like a demonic chihuahua wearing a bib that does not have arms, but a chihuahua should not have arms to begin with, and is very demonic, and it is creeping me out. So let's reply here and move on. Peridot hiker, so little dog hiker. Is peridot meaning little dog? Peridot. Peridot in Spanish means puppy. Oh. But why does it look so satanic? What happened to this puppy? All puppies are angels. Except for that one. I do like the sentiment behind the username, though. Just not the profile picture. Alright. You missed a free rook just before trading queens at the end. Of course, it was low time and it was still winning. Yeah, I mean, generally in blitz outs and stuff, when the time gets very low and if I can still win anyway. I don't know exactly what that's in reference to, but I don't doubt that that's true. Thanks for the tips. My bad. Good call. Very simple, nice AI sentiments. I will choose none of them. I'm sure I did. Haha, those scrambles can get hectic. Thanks so much. See, that definitely came from a human. Until they start writing like that, too. Kings can attack too. Yeah, you guys gotta watch that video. It's fun. I sent my king to attack. Love that. Also, shout out Desert Lightning. No Gambit glasses. Did I not put them on in this video? Did I not Gambit? Alright, well, yeah, that is a shame. Pepper Westwood, shout out. And I will be sure to rock the... Yes. I'll be sure to rock the Gambit glasses in the next video with the emoji. Look how smart they're getting. They're giving us emojis? Come on. What are we supposed to do? What am I supposed to do with that? Pretty soon it will just... Oh. I will try to make more videos about the Bushgas Gambit with the creepy teeth emoji. Who smiled like that? Yo. Wow. This AI knows my channel. This AI knows my channel. Bushgas isn't even relevant here per se, but I like what it's going for. Wow. Interesting. Okay. Alright. No Gambit glasses. Hopefully next time. Long live the Gambit man. I like all these sentiments being expressed there in all three of those clauses. Next time for sure. On with the glasses. And let's get that emoji that it referenced. Sunglasses emoji. Boom. How do I copy that? Copy. Boom, boom. Love it. Listening to your thought process in these games has made me a much better attacker. Yes, these are the comments we live for. Great upload as usual. Glad to hear it. That's why I love teaching. This bot is actually stealing from the words that I'm saying. It's taken the words that I'm saying and everything that I've said and is talking like me. And that's why these recommendations are getting so good. It knows what I would say. That is why I love teaching. Awesome, I'm glad my commentary is helpful. That's also true. Okay, I'm going to chill. I'm going to chill a little bit. I'll just write my own thing. Keep up the... Let's keep... There, that's a little bit more clever. Okay. We've gone through now 3 videos of comments. Let's see what you guys are. Roland Tan. Aw, you can never let me down. That's so sweet. I don't think there's a video of yours that I didn't like. That's even sweeter. They're brilliant. Most of the improvements I made in chess is thanks to you. That's so sweet. I'm gonna cry. No, I'm so glad that I could help. I mean, yeah, that's actually really touching. yeah, that is why I do it. That is why I do it. I'm so glad you guys enjoy the content. I mean, it's not like I could teach one lesson a month and make this much money from ad revenues. It's certainly not why I do it. I do it because I'm very passionate about it. I'm passionate about it because of the stories that I hear from you guys, and helping out as many people as I can, and sharing new chess ideas. So great stuff. Do I have a line for von Poppeel when f5 is played instead of knight f6? Yeah, I think I touched on this in another thing. Boom, 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 boom. f5. Also, this is so nice. I think the trick here that maybe black is going for. I'll duck out the way a little bit. I'll just move my head. The trick here that black's going for is maybe to hit him with e5, something weird like that. But still, in general, any way you can get this capture, and now they've played f5, it seems like they've overextended themselves a little bit. So I think in general, you just play f3. Obviously, that trade would be great. I think that's gonna be the most common thing. Yeah, e takes f3 is most common by far. Knight f6 second most common. This is also fun stuff. Okay, I mean the pawn is toast, and you're gonna just have great development and all that. So nice stuff there. Otherwise, yeah. What was this move? e5. Is that doable? Oh, e5 not a bad choice. Interesting. In fact, it's such a good choice that the engine is recommending to play bishop g5 to pin the pawn to maybe play f3 next turn. h6 is actually the most common move after that, after which the check is brutal, right? You don't have g6, you're not covering that anymore. So it can be a nice air-inducing move there. Knight f6, now probably f3 is much more doable. There's certainly no e5 now, also that can replace there, so that looks good. And then otherwise, this is what you wanted, and now this pawn on f5 is just looking very ridiculous. This is going to be a great home for your knight, and great development, and rooks and everything for white here. So yeah, maybe bishop g5 if you're concerned your opponent is actually pranking you with this interesting line. Okay. You know how it is in chess, there's literally a Bill Gates variation for a blunder. People want to name stuff. There are a lot of names. Thank you. I cannot keep up with all the names. People ask me what do I think of I got the lobster gambit earlier. I don't know. Tell me the moves, and then I'll let you know. The Google Form PGN review says the Gambit has to be from the Gambit Chat repertoire, but the Halloween Gambit I played isn't on your link tree. So, yeah, sorry about that. It does have to be from my repertoire. But share it in the Share Games channel. I also play bishop g5. No one plays h6, though. They play knight f6 or g6 mostly. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, take care. All right. I think I'm gonna move on to the next video. One more video, and as much as I love YouTube live chat, and I will be looking over there, we're going to try to stay as focused as we can on the comments here. Okay. What was this video, first of all? Last video comments of the day. What do we got?
I think I should just go queen d2.
Oh. I can't stop crushing Sicilians with the Yan Yan Gambit. That's what it says there. So, yes, Yan Yan Gambit, as I touched on just earlier in the stream, is with this e4, c5, c3, d5 if they play this line with d5 against the Alapin. We can play your knight a3, takes d3, and then get this very rapid queenside development. Also, using that knight, very fun. So this is an amalgamation of me crushing with the Yan Yan Gambit pretty quickly. Shout out to Yan Yan of the eponymous Yan Yan Gambit. I think, okay, I might have called myself out on this in the stream of those videos, because this person writes, I think it's common when chess players brainstorm their position out loud, they start to trash talk the opponent moves. It's just part of the fun of the game. Funny. I guess I was trash talking my opponent's moves. I'm curious. I am curious what you guys think. Do you like the trash talk? Do you like the humility? Do you like the just focus on the board, on the explanations? I give a variety of stuff. I'm just telling you what's on my mind. I'm not playing any character or anything. I'm just me. So, haha. Glad you all enjoy. So if I'm like, my opponent's move sucked, it's because I thought so. Cool. Best comment of the day. Cool. Arsony with this cool cat. Cool in caps for the cool cat. That's gonna be a heart from me, dog. Thanks. With the rad sign. That is rad, bro. I'll hit him with the what is it? Rad hand sign emoji. Or can I just literally copy this? Oh, call me. No. It means rad. It's call me here. Call me rad. Yes, thanks for working. Thank you. This one has AI responses. The other one didn't. I guess maybe if it doesn't think it's coming up with good responses, it won't give me anything. Glad you enjoyed it. Let me know if you have any questions. You're welcome. Enjoy the crush. Because I had crush in the title. So yes, nice work and thank you. No problem. No problem. Glad you enjoyed. Aaron Yeager, I do remember your username from Titan, but also I responded to a comment that you wrote. What was my response there? And now you're here on stream. Welcome. I was laughing, now angry. Ha ha ha. That is funny. My opinion on E4, E5, G4, probably a pretty low opinion of that, if I had to say. Not too sure what's happening there. OMG, let's go Yan Yan Gambit from Yan Yan No Life. Let's go indeed. Oh, we've got a great one here. Yes. Thank you, William Blake 7386 for this stuff. Woo, yes. This is what we live for. I'll take a sip of water for this one. I'm sorry, but your glasses trick. For anyone who doesn't know, I put on my Gambit glasses every time I get a Gambit accepted, and they give me Gambit superpowers to crush my opponents with the Gambit glasses on my Gambits. But the rule is I have to take them off when I'm not Gambiting. I'm sorry, but your glasses trick does not make sense to me because Gambits happen in almost every game. I guess maybe almost all of my games. Some guy who rarely plays Gambits could use it, but you, on the other hand, should wear glasses all the time or never. Okay. Also, 500 to 700 lower rated opponents is no fun. They are dumb as hell no matter what you play. Okay. This person responds with the backer of 2 likes. William. I love that this person is also William. This person is Benjamin Harris. William, in my honest opinion, you are missing the point. You could also argue a lot of Morphe's opponents were dumb as hell compared to him. That does not make the games less instructive. That is a phenomenal point. It is through bad play and mistakes that one gets to show nice plans and attacks. Also correct. His audience are casual/club players probably, and surely is good enough for them. He also plays a higher rated opponent, 2500 plus if my eyes don't deceive me, in this video. I don't even know what to respond. This guy, Benjamin Harris, just hit every good point in the book. That is like a mega like and a mega heart from me, dog. And Sao also responds, "Nah, it's fun. Shows the escalation of Gambits and intensity." Much more succinctly put there. Should I even respond here? I probably should respond. I probably should respond, but this is kind of a funny one. It is very sincere criticism. I am only... The rule of the Gambit glasses is that I am only permitted to harness its power while actively gambiting. Haha, sometimes my Gambits are declined, or win back material during the game, or I don't get a chance to play them to begin with. In all these cases, no glasses. Hope you enjoy. Alright. 47 seconds ago is diabolical. I don't know what that's in reference to, but I think that's maybe this person made this comments 47 seconds after the video was published. Bishop b5 is nice. There was a very nice bishop b5 check during the game. I like that. More comments about knight f6 Sicilians. Man, I wish I had a good answer. Alright, let me read here. What do I do against knight f6 Sicilians? They're pretty annoying for me to deal with. 7 likes. Why is nearly nobody playing the French? Why is nobody playing the French? Because the French is something you could play if you wanted to. With this e6 here. Then you could get like a French-like structure here after e5. So I guess that is this person's complaint. What do I do against knight f6 Sicilians? Those are pretty annoying for me to deal with. The delayed Alapin or the Smith-Morra are good and filled with traps. This person writes, there's an uncommon / unknown gambit you can do if you study it enough. I haven't played games with it as I don't play e4 that much. However, here's the gambit if you're interested. Ah! It's the abstinence. Wow, he writes out a lot of lines. This man, Lethal Lawn. He writes, you can simply link your video. He writes, true, but I don't want to self-promo on other channels. Also, he's mainly asking if I'm willing to grave. Wow, how respectful is this person? He can link his video, it's fine. I make all sorts of videos. Right now they revolve around chess, Roblox, and video games. And also an abstinence gambit. That is fun. Fun stuff there. Alright. Well. Quality content. This is good stuff all around here. 48 seconds ago, 49 seconds ago. Okay, I don't really understand the memes going on here, but this is fun. Alright, you guys. Can I have a look at this game? I think I faced one of your Bushgas Gambit lines. I really got scared. But I think the other William doesn't have your glasses. That is funny. That is very, very funny stuff. Alright. I think maybe, while I have you guys, maybe we can play a little chess. Just like a little bit, right? Just a little. Oops. I definitely wasn't looking at David Ortiz versus Shohei Ohtani's stats. Do you guys like this view? Or you like the... Could do this view. Could just do the view that I typically do, which would be, I'll play some chess. Boom. Okay. I like that. I see we're going to have an arena starting in a few minutes. Can I edit my stream maybe a little bit? Oh. Can you guys see that? Oh. Alright. Well, let's just play some chess then. I'm here in this arena. Natural break in the action. You know what I should do? Well, this. You know what I'll be right back with? I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Oh yeah, baby. We're ready. We're ready. I gotta rest my voice, man. I've been talking a lot. Give me a moment to do that. Something I'm maybe actually gonna do is edit this. Just move this over here. Here's the chat. I don't know why I've never thought of that before. I popped out my chat on YouTube. On Twitch. Stream settings. No, I guess I can't really change the title. Oh, edit. Gambits only. There we go.
9,
Alright, just in the nick of time.
7, 6.
I guess we'll minimize this for now.
4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Let's go. Arena time. Facing number 2 in the arena, her gun 87. And I'll play without berserking for the first round. Facing a Sicilian, wouldn't it be beautiful irony if I faced a knight f6 here? We get a d5, and we get an opportunity, very first game of the stream, for a Yan Gambit. Let's don the Gambit glasses. Please take me on e4 and accept. Let's get this party started. Yeah, baby. Alright, so they accept our sacrifice on e4 and they take us again. We're going to now play bishop takes d3. The point here, what's the point? Why do we play knight a3? Why do we do all this? Why are we down a pawn? We're going to get really rapid queenside development here. We're going to castle our king there with a rook screeching down this d-file. We're going to put our queen on e2, where she's also going to do some damage. Our bishop on f4, where he's also going to do some damage, because this knight that's going to hop around can now hop either to c7, thanks to you, or maybe to d6, check, well, if that pawn were still pinned. Alright, e6 played here with knight c6. No matter, let's proceed with our normal stuff. We got lots and lots of time on the clock. You can see, oh, let me duck the other way. You can see the times. Okay, a quick bishop d6 is interesting. That's a quick bishop d6, and not a bad idea, because they couldn't have delayed it until my rook were there. They couldn't have done that. I obviously don't want to castle and lose that with check. I think I have no choice but to capture, which is fine. Next, probably just long castles. I could throw in this knight b5, queen d7, and then it would be nice if I could have something to threaten knight c7 with, but I don't, and I'll probably just be driven out. Haha, JK, unless... Haha, JK, unless... Knight b5, no, they can play queen e7. They should play queen e7. Okay, all we're going to do right now is castle. Just going to castle. I was considering rook d1, but there is like queen e5 with the annoying pin. Just so there's not queen f4 check. Just so there's not queen f4 check. Here, if I play knight b5 now, this is interesting. If I play knight b5 now, right, obviously we're looking here. And now queen e7. I'm trying to get a knight d6 before they run away, but maybe I can't. Maybe they're getting away with this. Some bishop move, they can just go queen f4 check. That's a little frustrating. So I think what we're going to play for now is this option, knight to h3. Yeah, let's do that. Knight to h3. Why are we lagging? Don't lag. What's going on here? Are we hot? Oh, I think we're hot. One moment.